Greetings, welcome back. So maybe you noticed I'm wearing a replica of the shirt that Elvis Presley wore in his movie Blue Hawaii. And I'm doing that in tribute to my mother, because Mother's Day is on Sunday, but sadly she's no longer with us. And red was her favorite color, and Elvis was one of her favorite singers. As a matter of fact, they even share the same birthday. Now my mother really didn't drink a lot. She would drink wine once in a while, but when she did want a cocktail, she would want an apricot sour. She would have it on her birthday, maybe around a holiday. Not something she had often, but that was her favorite drink. Now I did some research on this, and I really couldn't find out a lot about it. I just assumed it was a very old drink from like 100 years ago, and like a whiskey sour, you just replace apricot brandy with lemon juice. But I really can't find anything historical about it, and the recipes I did find were all over the place. When I went to go buy apricot brandy, it was just apricot flavored. And I remember making one of these for her at home, but I don't remember the brand. So I went and I researched some brands. This seemed to be the most authentic. This one would have been closest to what people used. Now I don't have a lot of brandy in my bar because I just don't have much use for it. I know it's in a couple of recipes, Tiki cocktails. So I was either going to use regular brandy with apricot liqueur or apricot liqueur and maybe some Leard's Applejack, which is also a brandy just made from apples. Now the one thing that I really got to give my mother credit for is this travel cocktail shaker. She said to me, I had gotten that for your birthday, I put it away and I forgot that it was there. And the ironic thing is my mother was a very frugal person. She grew up during the Depression. She was one of 9 kids. She spent money on things, but she didn't spend a lot, and she always watched every penny. Even Groucho Marx, probably one of the most famous comedians of all time, said, once you've lived through a depression, no matter how much money you have, you will never go to bed worried about if you left the light on in the house because you just couldn't pay for the electricity. So I looked this up online, and I was amazed to find out that these are going for anywhere from $300 to $500 online. And I could promise you, my mother did not pay that price for it. If she paid $10, I would have been shocked. Typically, even 20 years ago, I doubt she would have spent more than $3 to $5 for something like this. To her, it was just a piece of tin. It was cool because it was an antique and has a strainer on top. It's got a juicer built in. Comes with these little bar measuring spoons. Now this didn't come with a jigger, but these little cups that it came with hold about 2 ounces. So that's perfect for a serving. This wasn't advanced mixology, but these things, again, were ingenious the way the Germans assembled them. This is from like the 20s or the 30s. And today, I'm going to be making you my mother's favorite cocktail and a gift that she gave me before she passed. And this thing, again, is amazing. I don't know what they do or what kind of metal this is, but it holds the cold in there so much better than these modern cocktail shakers that are double-walled and whatnot. I don't know how they do it, 100 years old, but I'm going to enjoy this cocktail, and I'm going to make it with you now. Ice cubes. Ounce of apricot liqueur. Sure, get a nice tight seal on there. This gets a lot colder a lot faster, so I know it's doing the job. Built-in strainer. Typically, a sour would get 1 egg white, and what the egg white does is, it doesn't add any flavor to it. It just adds more viscosity to it, which means it gives it a silkier feeling on the tongue. My mother wouldn't appreciate that. A lot of people get squeamish about it, so I'm not going to do it. Cheers, Mom. tart. It's a little bit sweet. It's not heavy on the alcohol. The alcohol's in there, but it's not overpowering. If you want a break and you want something more fruity, definitely that's the way to go. If you know anything about this, like the original recipe, although I researched all the historical databases, I couldn't find anything about it. So I'd love to know more, or what you find out. Till next time, cheers.
Isn't happy hour any time?